everyone, welcome to our channel. In today's video, we are going to explain you the documents that's required for student visa. एकदम धेरै छैन झुटो बोलेको. It's really long list because the visa process of New Zealand is very lengthy. That is the reality. And it does not matter whether you're a scholarship student or you're not a scholarship student. Everybody needs to submit this document in order to assess yourself for getting a visa in New Zealand. And in the next video, we are going to show the documents for partnership visa that's required. That is a very different set of documents. In today's video, we'll be explaining about the documents that's required for student visa. So what we really need to be clear is, guys, important. There are three things that is very important. Number one, you should have an intention to be back to your home country. Your documents should show an intention of returning back. Number two, your documents should show your ability to fund your education. Whether you are a scholarship student or not, it does not matter. And number three is you should show your roots back to your country. तपाईहरुले चाहिँ के कुराले चाहिँ आफ्नो घर होम कन्ट्रीसँग चाहिँ जोडिराछ है भन्ने कुरा देखाउन पर्छ त्यो डकुमेन्टहरुले र सबै डकुमेन्टबाट त्यो कुरा देखिन पर्यो. First and foremost, number 1 मा पनि म जान्न क्या. First मा there is this very basic documents that you will be needing. Before that, एउटा information that a lot of people don't know. If you are planning to apply to New Zealand and if you are also planning to get a partnership visa, open a bank account together. Go and open a joint bank account. I'll come to that later why we need it in our next video. किन चाहिँ चाहिन्छ partnership visa मा joint account भनेर चाहिँ म पछि भन्छु हैन. So just that basic information. अब we are going to get into very basic documents. म number 1 मा पनि आएको छैन. This is the very basic documents that you need for applying your student visa. Your birth certificate, number 1. Birth certificate should be original and notarized and should be translated to English if you don't have an English language birth certificate. Number 2 is your PAN card. If it is in Nepali or in any other language, you should get it translated into English. On the original line, you should notarize it. Third is obviously your citizenship. Fourth is your passport. And every document should be notarized by a lawyer. And fifth is your police clearance certificate. So there's a different system for police clearance in Nepal, in India, and any other country. So get your police clearance certificate and the latest documents, and everything should be notarized. नेपालमा NID भन्ने छ, त्यो पनि NID नेपालीमा छ भने त्यसलाई इङ्ग्लिशमा ट्रान्सलेट गर्ने अनि ओरिजिनललाई फोटोकपी गरेर त्यसलाई नोटराइज गर्ने. So these are basic documents. अब चाहिँ म I'm going to the core documents that you'll be needing for your visa application. Number 1, the most important document is your academic documents. Your transcripts, your graduation certificate. If it is not in English, both of them should be translated and notarized. If you're applying for PhD, your bachelor's, your master's certificate. If you're applying for master's, your bachelor's, your plus 2 certificates. If you require equivalence of your education, if you have studied outside, if you've studied in any other country and you need an equivalence, you have to make an equivalence certificate. And you should obviously notarize the photocopy and translate it if it is not in English. मैले के छुटाए भने भन है, यो चाहिँ academics document हो, number 1. Number 2, your documents verifying your address. So if you are staying in a temporary address but you have all the documents in your permanent address, you need a letter from the local ward office stating that this is the person's permanent address. You will again have confusion if you are married and you go to your in-laws' house. Now you would also need a document stating that actually the citizen address, the address that is in the citizenship is the permanent address, but currently after marriage the person is sitting in this particular address. भनेर त्यो एड्रेस पनि भेरिफाई गराउनु पर्छ. अनि another very important document that was required during our visa application was the change of address document that the ward provides. So previously it was ward number 2, now it is ward number 5. भनेर त्यो एड्रेस भेरिफिकेसन डकुमेन्ट इज भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट. एन्ड वाइ इज इट इम्पोर्टेन्ट इज बिकज एभ्री अदर डकुमेन्टको अथेन्टिसिटी चाहिँ यो एड्रेस भेरिफिकेसन डकुमेन्टले दिन्छ. सो नम्बर 2 इज यो डकुमेन्ट भेरिफाइङ यो एड्रेस. Where are you living? Where are you residing permanently? Before marriage, after marriage, भनेर पनि उनीहरूले हेर्छ. Okay. So your number 3 document is your relationship verification document. Relationship verification document on both ends of your families if you're married. So with your mother, father, and your father-in-law, mother-in-law, and husband, both sides of families relationship should be verified in a valid government document. It can be processed through a ward office. It can be processed to any other local authorities. In Nepal, the relationship verification document is a document that the ward will provide you with photos in those letters. So that is very important. And that should be in the address of this certificate. The address verification certificate जस्तो तपाईलाई प्रदान गर्छ. तपाईँ जहाँ बस्नुहुन्छ त्यहाँको वार्डले तपाईको आमा बुवा यदि छुट्टै वार्डमा अर्को छुट्टै ठाउँमा बस्नुहुन्छ भने उहाँहरू स्थायी रूपमा बसोबास गर्ने ठाउँले चाहिँ त्यो रिलेसनशिप भेरिफाई गरेर बनाउनुपर्छ डकुमेन्ट. सो द्याट इज डकुमेन्ट नम्बर 3. एभ्रिथिङ इज रिलेटेड. The address verification is related to relationship verification document. And any other documents that I'll tell is everything is related. Number 3 ma chahi relationship verification aita. So the document that you'll be needing, the 4th document, is your document showing annual income. So this is a very important sets of document that you have to present. What you need to understand is the immigration office needs to understand that either you are earning well, either your husband is earning well, either your mother, father, either your father-in-law or mother-in-law, either your sister is earning well. So they need to have ample evidences that you are able to fund your education. Even if your scholarship expires or the university does not give you a scholarship, you are able to fund yourself. भन्ने चाहिँ evidence ample रूपमा दिनुपर्छ. So what do you mean by annual income verification document? So as I said, it can be a document of you, your family member, your spouse, anyone. What does that document entail? Number 1 is salary certificate, stating that you are earning this much from the organization itself and evidenced by the tax that you're paying, tax clearance certificate. Number 1 is salary, of course. The other document can be your earnings from the house that your parents own. I'll come to that. So your parents are owning some house and that house is generating some sort of income, can be one good evidence. So that income is rent. Now for that you need to submit your rental contract. The rental contract, if it is in any other language, should be translated into English and then should be signed by the parties concerned. The other income can be your land income, like agriculture. For that, you need to verify the land ownership certificate, translate it into English, and get a certificate from your ward office stating that this is the particular land. On your land, ma chahi iti income generate bhairachha hai bhanne kura chahi evidence ma dekhaunu paryo. What was really helpful for us was my organization gave a certificate that I was earning this much. My father's organization gave a certificate. My husband's organization gave a certificate. हामी तीनजनाको ट्याक्स क्लियरेन्स सर्टिफिकेट बन्यो. अनि त्यसपछि वार्डले पनि त्यो सबै कुरालाई भेरिफाई गरेर दे रोट a letter stating that this particular person has an annual income of this much. So the ward ke letter was written in English. It was stamped by the ward and all the evidences, the salary certificate, the bank statement. If you're not submitting your bank statement, you can submit your pay slip. जुन हामी बिल हरेक महिना स्यालेरीको तरिकाले लिन्छौँ त्यो पे स्लिप पनि we have to submit it. So this is one section of annual income. And additional information is you have to pay your bank statements or your pay slips, and if your bank statements show anything that is given and is brought to in bulk, you also should be ready to give any evidence of the bulk amount. Like we were asked by the consultancy and we said that this was के भन्छ त्यसलाई शेयरलाई trading amount. It was because
stock
of trade,
investment.
stock investment. We had to clarify. Okay, and so another set of annual income can be pension from your parents. If you're showing pension from your parents, you need to give them an evidence of the pension card. If it is in Nepali or in any other language, you need to translate it in English. You need to notarize the original photocopy, and then the amount that is written in the pension card should be in line with the bank statement that you provide after the pension. So yeah. The fifth document is property valuation. If you have land, if you have house, you need to get it evaluated through CA. So that there is a property valuation report on CA.
Engineers. Valuators.
Engineers, valuators, and property valuation reports on fixed assets. It can be from either side of the family. So it can be from your mother, father, sister, brother. It can be from your father-in-law, mother-in-law, husband, sister-in-law, anyone. तर त्यो family भित्रको मान्छे चाहिँ भयो भने, if they are owning an asset, that needs to be evaluated. Okay, so my fifth document is property valuation. Our sixth document is employment contracts. Employment contracts, not just existing employment contracts, but employment contracts if you have had done previous employments in the past. So history of contracts, existing contracts, a CV of your employment that matches with the contracts that you provide. So evidence pani huna paryo. Anything that you write in the CV needs to be provided with some sort of evidence. अझ कति धेरै कन्सल्टेन्सीहरूले चाहिँ के पनि माग्नुहुन्छ भने if you have the payment that you have received because of those consultancy or because of those employment, जस्तै एउटा रिपोर्ट गरेको छ त्यो रिपोर्टको चाहिँ 70,000 तपाईले कन्ट्र्याक्टमा लेख्नु भएको छ भने do you have a bank statement to prove that you received this 70,000 भनेर पनि लिएर आउनुस् भनेर भन्नुहुन्छ. So that bank statement, all in all, everything you do should be documented and should be provided in detail. On employment ko barema chai we were also able to submit visiting cards that you are employed in this particular organization or ID cards of that particular organization, photocopy garne, notarize garne and pathaune. So yeah, the sixth document is employment contracts. Now, seventh document is your name or age correction. So there might be various government documents that might have different names. कसैले प्रपुसा केसी, कसैले प्रपुसा खत्री भनेर लेख्ने बित्तिकै now those two persons are the same person भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ you have to give a document of your name correction or age correction. There are a lot of documents where we do not notice that there is an age discrepancy, so we need to get a document from the ward verifying that these two are the same person. My mother's लाल पूर्जामा मेरो हजुरबाको नाम अर्कै थरको रहेछ. We had never noticed it, but one of the consultancy हामीले अप्लाई गर्दा चाहिँ they noticed it, and so we had to make a document stating that ABXY and ABXZ are the same person भनेर हामीले यो गर्न परेको थियो. So name and age correction is another very important document that we all need to look. Now other miscellaneous document after the seventh number is your tax clearance document. I am a lawyer, so I submitted my bar license, my insurance, my NID card, and my immigration history. So there was a layover at China and I had come out just for the night and I had to put it in the history. So previous immigration history is also another important document that's required. We suggest you to research well. There are a lot of information in the website of Immigration New Zealand as well, which will. So all in all, with the documents that we have shown you, you already know that it is a very overwhelming process. That is the reality. एकदमै गाह्रो हुन्छ. एकचोटि त म कन्सल्टेन्सीसँग रोको पनि छु. It is very overwhelming, but it is the best when you start early. So our suggestion is that you start 6 months prior after you apply to the university, because after you get an offer from the university, get a gap of 6 months because you have to get a lot of documents. So we hear a lot of stories. Offer letter rounds and they want to go to New Zealand within 2 months. It will not happen because it is very slow. The immigration here is very slow. They take at least 2 months to reply for your visa. And if there is a loophole in your documents that you're submitting, it will again get lengthier. So you need to prepare well beforehand. For this, you need to settle down all the documents that you have listed. Only our suggestion is to keep your taxes very clear, to keep your bank balance very clear, to keep your assets very clear. If you're looking at bank loans and if you're looking at bank loans to support your education, we believe that bank will help you with your property valuation. The bank loan ko document, I think, is more than enough to show that you are able to support your education. Overall, it is a very lengthy process, but if you are well aware, because हामीलाई कसैले पनि भनेन guys, हामीलाई धेरै कसैले पनि भनेन, अनि we had a list of documents that we had to figure out, अनि we were हुन्छ नि कति पोइन्टहरुमा हामी कति कुद्यौं, अफिस छोडेर पनि कुद्यौं, सो एकदम धेरै ओभरवेल्मिङ हुन्छ प्रोसेस. अनि त्यही भएर with so much of love we are sharing this information. त्यही लभ तपाईहरुले पनि देखाउनुस्, लाइक गरिदिनुस्, शेयर गरिदिनुस्, सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनुस्, किनभने यो कहीँ पनि पाइदैन क्या. अब चाहिँ हामी पार्टनरशिप भिजा कसरी हाल्ने, के डकुमेन्टहरु चाहिन्छ, किनभने यो डकुमेन्ट त छँदैछ, एउटा सेपरेट सेट अफ डकुमेन्ट्सहरु चाहिन्छ when you're applying for partnership visa. अब नेक्स्ट भिडियोमा we'll explain that. अगाडि चाहिँ म भएँ, पछाडि चाहिँ husband is there, Ritesh is there, he's doing V and high. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe, and let us know what you think about this video. Bye.